Hi, I'm Andrew Roach. This is the third and final installment of my series of videos where I talk about how I created a financial statement summary table that includes dynamic calculations of gross profit, EBITDA, and net income, among others. And this will expand as new data is added at the end of each reporting period. I will also get into some conditional formatting, so let's jump right into it. Now that I have my financial metrics that are calculated and formatted in the same way as my source data, I can bring this into a new structured data table on my main sheet. We'll call this calculated data and simply create an array that references the calculated table. And this way, as new data is added, this will automatically update and expand. Let's rename the main table to source data. Now let's combine these two tables in a way that expands as they grow. And we can create a stacked array referencing these two structured data tables that brings in the calculated data and the source data. And this new combined data table will be the basis for referencing in the summary table. And because the formula in my summary table is referencing the source data table, I need to change that so that it's referencing the combined data table. And the same goes for my formulas in V3 and U3. So we'll update that to the combined data table, and now our data will automatically update. So now we have a summary income statement table that reflects the calculated data as well as the source data in one place, and it will update and expand as new data is added with the end of each reporting period. Now that I have my summary income statement table, let's add some formatting. So I'm going to create a custom formatting condition. I'll first set my range as V1 to row 23 unbounded. And I'm going to create a custom formula. This will take the form of an OR statement because I want this to highlight if it is one of these derived calculations. So for example, if we say OR V1 equals the category name 03 dot space gross profit, then only gross profit highlights. I'm going to select the entire formula so that I can build it outside of this more limited text box. So we'll copy this and paste it into our custom conditional format. There we go. And now we can adjust the formatting to one's own taste, maybe something a little bit more subtle. So now my derived metrics are highlighting. Now I need to create a conditional formula for when account is selected from the dropdown. So now I need to change my formula to reflect the change in reference if the account is selected from the dropdown. And this will be changed to U rather than V because the category headers will be in column U rather than in column V. So now I'll copy this expression and paste it into the conditional formatting formula. I'll set my range and then paste in my formula. Now when I select Account from the drop-down, the formatting will update accordingly. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and learned something along the way as I did. And if you have an idea of how you might have done this differently, please leave a note in the comments. Thanks. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and learned something along the way as I did. And if you have any other ideas on how you might go about doing this kind of analysis, please let me know in the comments.